question for you. Anybody will answer it.
Yeah, Haneef trying to
I want to deal with the problem I think is regarding our community, and number one is sincerity. Because all the issues you deal with is sincerity. To smile on your face and talk behind your back, all that is sincerity. You know what I mean? When Imam Siraj Bahad said when he's part of the nation, like this is what they had, I believe that we don't have.
Right.
He said he quit his job to sell Muhammad Speaks newspaper because he was just dedicated. You know what I'm saying? Going to projects just for a quarter paper, right? So why don't we have people who are just sincere about Islam like that? Sunni Salafis, just people just genuinely sincere and just want to just take the deen and just run with it. You know what I mean? Like we had in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? People who go to lectures are just full. Whoever came, Hakeem Quick, Siraj Hamza, it was just jam-packed. Nowadays it seems like we don't have a lot of sincerity as far as community or just individual level. You know what I mean? Like, why do you believe
that's pretty easy to answer. You talking about the nation?
Muslims in general, like.
Well, I mean,
I'm saying the nation has sincerity.
Using them as an
Yeah. I'm just saying
I'm saying
like in their nation, they attack the vices before they attack other things. Like they attack alcohol, drugs, sex. You see what I'm saying? They had to flush that from the community before they can build something.
Well, there's a couple of things. The first thing, an actual leader.
Yeah, that's true. When he said it's true, like
well, right or wrong, he's a leader.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot. It seems like nowadays we got a problem with leadership.
Right. There's one thing. The second thing is they were really good at convincing the people that they care about. They care about them. You know what I mean? Like there's an old saying that I don't really. If you can't convince like people that you actually care about them, they're not really going to care about like what you're saying. You know, and I don't think that the larger communities outside of the Muslim community is convinced that the Muslims are invested in like their situation, their concerns. Like the nation, we're big on the social justice message. You know, they played a big role in taking on the problems of the African American community, stuff like that. Sunnis, I think, especially when we talk about when the Salafis started rolling around, the message was like, I mean, that was wrong to do, to take on the social problems that the African American or just any oppressed people in general were facing. Like that scene is like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? You know, your race is Islam. Like this is what Salafism will tell you. Islam is your race. You know, you're not black, you're Muslim. And that sort of thing is going to have like, it's not going to catch on like something like the nation would. Like the nation had a clear objective. You knew who the leader was. It had a clear system of accountability there. Like, I mean, they had clear objectives. They had, what do they call it? Their points that they got, like the points of what a Muslim believes, is, how a Muslim is supposed to act. They have clear lessons that when a person joins on, this is what they have to learn. And then there's also accountability, right? There's a hierarchy. You have the leader, you got the lieutenants, you got the ministers. You know, it was like a whole structure that you entered. So you're not going to have like a woman, even to this day, you're not going to have a woman from the Nation of Islam just go on Instagram and just talk about, this is a real thing, offering lap dances, for example. I saw this on Facebook not too long ago. There's a sister supposed to be, Sunni, I don't know, she's Salafi or whatever, but she's not a nation, she either quote unquote Ahlul Sunnah or she's Salafi, and she'll be offering lap dances, right? Then on top of that, you got brothers who come on the thread, yeah, what's your price? I'm with it,
Oh, yeah.
Name would be, call it whatever. And like, so it's condoned. There's no accountability. Nobody holds this woman accountable for what she's doing. So it's like it's a joke. And I mean, this is the way I see it. I believe the lack of accountability creates a situation where people think they can do whatever they want.
All right, so what would change that? You think if we had more of a structure where it's like we gonna step the dudes, like, man, you can't do that. Cause
I think we missed a big part of that in like how this stuff happened, because maybe 20 years ago we could have got that off. In some cases they were, but now it's like a generational change, you know, and it's just like with people who are non-religious, like we deal with young kids in the street, they don't care about what you did 20 years ago, that has no bearing for them, So we kind of missed a lot in all this confusion, but I mean, that whole organizational leadership was really key. You know, Elijah Muhammad, they could say what they want, but he kept it very simple. You know, he took these guys, cleaned them up, gave them a suit, gave them a purpose, allowed them to, you know, make some money. They felt a part of something. That was the big thing. They felt like that they were a part of something. And like Imam Haneef said, this is a saying I came across, said, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
There you go.
You know? I think that's it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They just, even if it was superficial, they responded to you. You had resources. You can go to the mosque. You know, you had all types of stuff. They had businesses running, and they just had it going, man. And we kind of missed that. And then now it's a generational change. You know, we have young people who don't really know that kind of hustle. They don't know that kind of grind. They're not business minded. They're not, you know, some of them don't even have basic skills, you know, of how to go out here and, you know, do that kind of stuff. But they taught you all that, you know.
Yeah,
They taught you all that.
It's workshops.
You know,
for the women too.
Yeah.
How to cook, how to clean, how to be a wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you made the objective real clear, and what was expected from you was really clear.
So what's the thing you think that you
If you
change?
violate it, won't go ahead to you.
So what do you think that we have to change in order to get it going toward that direction?
Well,
Because we got to this point
right.
over years. It's like it's just went overnight. It's just over years.
In my opinion,
Go ahead.
the first thing is the people have to realize that we're not going to go back.
To how it used to be?
That's
It
true.
ain't going to happen.
No.
It got to be whatever, and I don't know what the answer is moving forward, but whatever it is moving forward, we can't be expecting that we're going to have a Sunni nation of Islam. Like, that would be dope, but I don't think the people are going to fall in line to do that. You know what I mean? Or if there's it. They sit here and the few black leaders that we do have, or quote unquote black leaders, we make fun of them and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
who you consider to be a black leader?
Oh, I don't consider nobody to be black leaders. I'm just saying. I'm just saying
Like
the ones who are the black leaders. They make fun of Dr. Umar. They make fun of LeBron. Like whatever.
All right. This is what I'm saying. All right. Let's take Dr. Umar for example, right? Let's take Dr. Umar for example, right? There was a time when I respected his knowledge, because I'm like, this brother deep, right?
Yeah.
But then I seen him on the internet arguing with people, like he answered the phone, but nobody on the phone, and started ringing. I'm like, he's making a buffoon out of something. What is he doing?
And that's my point.
I don't understand what's going on with that whole situation. Like, I'm the leader of the conscious community. I didn't even know there was a whole thing going on. Like, who?
There's all kind of communities now because of social media.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. Nobody's going to be the king of all of them.
And I can't.
You got to be moral.
I can't figure out is he Muslim, is he Afrocentric. He don't make a position of
He's
where
not
he's
Muslim.
staying.
They'll tell you.
But
he said that.
I heard people say they prayed with him though. That's what I was saying. Like,
One time I met him in person, it was going Ramadan, he was fasting. But
Yeah,
that don't mean nothing. But he also,
That's what.
my whole point is, if you Muslim, you have to make that clear cut what you believe in, what
He
you follow.
is his own type
For
of
anything
Muslim
else.
in his mind.
Oh, he is Muslim.
I think he thinks he is, yeah. Sure, he absolutely thinks he is.
yeah, but that whole thing, man, and it's just,
But there's no accountability, so you
It's-
can do
it's-
whatever you want these
It
days.
seemed like to me, society wasn't weird until social media came involved. Because then I started recognizing the Quranis. I started recognizing these individuals over here. I'm like, I can't believe people actually exist.
Oh no, they're weird.
Like, you really not on the
just
same
ain't know
boat.
You
about it.
saying that social media gave people a platform?
I'm saying, I thought in my small circle of Philadelphia that Sunnis stuck together, we all believe the same thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That moment here, scholars saying Jesus not coming back. I'm hearing people saying that you only, people, you can get butt implants and breast.
There's a guy that said it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He compared it
I'm
to Santa
asking
Claus.
The mufti.
Yeah.
He
I'm
compared them to
asking
Santa
that
Claus.
He actually said that. Like,
And he said you can get butt implants. It's things going on that I thought that we already agreed upon for
you
hundreds
can't
of
get better
years.
plates?
Huh?
Can't get that?
What?
Women can't do that?
I mean,
do whatever you want.
my point is, my wife ain't gonna do whatever I'm gonna marry, man.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't suggest that, but I'm just saying, I'm confused about what it is, the foundation that we all collectively agree upon. Because there's so much stuff out there, like, I can't believe this is really, people really saying this.
Yeah, I think one of the places to start is that you have to, because everybody, no matter what you're getting down to, one sheikh said, there's no ikhtilaf over food. right? So stuff that we could get together. Like ain't nobody, when it's time to eat, we can argue all day, but when it's time to eat, we all gonna eat. But you know, we need to develop something, I think, far as economics first, because people, if you give people, you know, because even when I deal with Salafis or whoever, when it's time that they need a job, then we cool, you know. If they got something where they can feed their family, okay, then we can work on that. We discuss all the other stuff later. But if somebody has to put a concentrated effort forth, in my opinion, where people can, you know, can live comfortably, you know, some type of training, some type of work, or some type of financial structure where people can live, just like other ethnic groups, you know, like, you know, Jews and Chinese people, you know, they put their people on. You know what I mean? They put their people on. We need something where we need to put our people on, regardless of what they, you know, what they're doing, and then that will start winning them over. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
So you see, the main thing I think we got to do, we're not going to be able to put ourselves in a position where we can like just give people stuff like they're like a big brother thing, or we take care of them like a father. We can't do that. It's more like, I think we got to more so inspire people in terms of like to understand the reality, you know, the world we live in. It's like you have to kind of inspire people to be personally accountable, like I do with my kids. It's like I let my kids know at a real young age, especially the boys. Like, look, this world out here is really real vicious. Like nobody really cares about like your like I tell my son, you know, I might have him do things around the house he don't want to do or whatever. You know, not kids get the little attitude and all that. Like listen, that little attitude you got right there, let me tell you something. The world don't care nothing about that right there. Now, the sooner you understand that, the better you off. And the better off you're going to be. And you got to kind of kill those little issues that they have about feeling like, you know, somebody owes them something, the world owes them something, they're entitled to something. And sometimes I think African Americans, because of the history we've had in the country, because of our experiences with the you know, with the government and white people, sometimes we can fall into that where we feel as though we can just place blame on the you know, on the government. And it may be right to a certain degree. There's a lot of blame to go towards, you know, the government and them holding us back and everything. But at the same time, as far as getting out of it, you got to just forget about that. You got to accept that, okay, that's my enemy, so this is what I have to do. It's like there's a part of like manning up that has to happen. So, and this is the reason I'm saying that. Let's say if you did, let's say we were able to come into some money that allows us to create, like, open up a school. Even if we open up our own college, they can offer trades and put them in jobs. Let's say we open up a place where people can learn to cut, and then you throw them in here with CJ, or throw them with another brother who does construction, anything like that. Say we offered that. If it's not going to do much good if those brothers aren't the type that are able to like go to a 9-month school and complete it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us have issues with just being able to just complete a program.
You say I don't have drive?
Easily.
What he said?
He said intellect, but I don't know. But that's part of it. But it's like that's a challenge. That is a challenge, because let's be for real. Like, as far as if you want to compare the United States to other places, it's like, come on, man. Like, this is why like a lot of like foreigners are coming in and look at us like yeah, dude, you can go to, if you really want to go to a community college, go to a trade school or anything like that, you can do it.
Say we got like an economic establishment. I said, listen, man, I'll offer you a job, but you gotta stop doing this and this. Yeah, I think that could be a means for some of them to get.
You gotta.
I'm thinking something.
That's how it is.
I'm thinking something like this, right? Say if we put together and we bought a couple houses, we totally rehab them, right? And you let people live in there, you know, for a year, right? And then after a year, you got to start putting some money in, you know, a pot. We put it in the pot. Everything that everybody we help out, they put in the pot. And then this pot is just going to reinvest in everything that we need. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But this is what you, in order to get this, like say we got a house, we put a family in there, and then the words start getting out. Okay, man, they take care of us here. We redeveloping this area. You know what I mean? Now we attracting business and stuff like that, and then we just building this pot. You know what I mean? And then it's to finance whatever we
Don't
need.
talk, man.
You know what I mean? Then if you get one, you can get two. You know what I'm saying? So say if you got like a halal Bojangles, right?
And you see how it look like.
And you paying the employees competitive wages where they can live, okay? Now we got a couple houses. Okay, if you work here, then you got to live in one of our houses too in this community, right? You at it's not breaking you to pay the mortgage or whatever. You know what I mean? So now you got to pay this little, put this in the pot every week or month or so. And then we get another house and then another store. And now it's growing.
Let me tell you something. My grandpa from Mississippi.
But I don't know, man. Haneef just looked at me like, man.
He'll do some board saying if you live behind 80% of your income, living
My
behind your
grandpa
means.
was from Mississippi, right? And he grew up where they were pulling tobacco in the South. He came here, he was a truck driver for 30 years. And he told all of us, he said, in Atlantic City alone, he mentioned the demographics of Atlantic City. He said it's 30,000 black people in Atlantic City alone. And the population of Atlantic City is 45, so we make up the majority. He said, if y'all can just get all these people together asking for $1 and say, with this $1, we're gonna buy some property and do what you said, put a house on each one of those properties for us to move up. He said, people gonna like the idea because it's only $1 and they're gonna put more. So it's gonna turn from 30,000 to millions, just off the idea of just $1 from 30,000 people. And he said, but your problem gonna come in is that y'all gonna be arguing about who should get the first house.
Yeah. No doubt.
But everybody don't see the long picture of, like, eventually I'm gonna get out.
Should be a lottery.
But that's why I said, if you teach people how to get their own money collectively, then you don't have to worry about who holds that pot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if, like most, I don't say most, but if you're dealing with people who already have jobs, but how many people you know now that live paycheck to paycheck?
I know a lot.
I live paycheck.
That's my point.
Everybody I know.
Yeah, so that's what
I
I'm saying.
live paycheck to paycheck,
Yeah,
and
so
I don't
if
even
you
get no
just-
paycheck.
If we just literally just focus on, look, how do you put up 20% of your money every month?
Yeah.
Just that,
Right.
and where to put it, how to grow.
Yeah.
That's the first thing, because it is the thing. If you live in paycheck to paycheck, you don't have $1 or $2 to put up for some project that ain't never gonna happen.
That's what
You know what I mean?
He already said it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen because nobody's patient enough.
Listen.
Yeah, no, hold on. Listen.
Nobody disciplined.
Here's the thing: if we really follow, not just that premise, right? But that idea, or even my idea, is not going to happen this generation. That's the thing you have to look at. Like, people don't think, they're not thinking about their great grandchildren. They're thinking about, yo, man, I'm gonna give you all my dollars and I don't get nothing out of it. No, nigga, it's for your children.
20
your
years down the
children's
line,
children.
man.
Yeah, that's how other cultures think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what the Islamic scholar said, that you live beyond 80% of your means. Your income living beyond your means.
Yeah.
But see, our generation, this is reality of who we are, right? We can live with the 80% of our income, but we got cable bills, $250, phone bills,
That's what I'm about to
$150.
say.
We got extra stuff that got nothing to do with anything that's taking up the
we
majority
need
of our
cable.
income. We don't need cable.
You do.
That's what I'm saying. We do not need
Yes,
cable.
all right, let me show you. All right, no, check it out. If we don't have cable, how I'm gonna put this video online?
No, you get
Well,
internet. You get internet, not cable.
If they gonna rape you either way.
No, internet like $40 a month, man. Cable is
Bro,
$200.
what internet you got?
I got cheap internet, so it's,
And how can you get the video on YouTube? If you don't
computer.
got, bro, not with no DSL, you know.
Unless you can.
You need broadband. Why? That's my.
Oh, you need
we
cable
got-
internet. Let's get cable internet then.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Cable
it,
internet,
right.
$100
I'm
a
talking
month.
about the cable stations.
No, he
You know
talked with internet that CJ talking about is 100. Mine is 100
$100.
just for internet.
Look,
I don't
that's
know.
why I'm at.
I'm just talking about the cable.
I'm not with that going back to the back ages and have a.
Yeah, DSL.
You talking about internet? I'm not talking about internet.
Anything. But I'm
not
telling
talking
you,
about internet.
look,
No, see, you gotta
we're
get
gonna have
extra
cable
prices.
bills. We're gonna have electric cars. We're gonna have car payments and water and electric and air conditioning.
No, you don't
dishwashers.
have to have those
Yes, we
things, though.
do.
No, you do
No,
not.
Because this is the
I think what
21st
they're
century.
saying, like,
No,
not
you
people
do not.
like,
Don't be
yeah, you have
trying
that
to-
stuff, but if you got all that stuff, you gotta have $1 or $2 for.
That's my point.
That's his
Yeah.
point.
That's my whole point. Let people have what they, because here's what happens, right? When you start telling people, hey man, you need to give up your cable, they be like, nigga, you didn't give up your cable. I'm saying that's how they look at you.
That's reality, though.
No, but it's not realistic.
It's not realistic.
I ain't giving up my cable.
Yeah, they're not giving up.
I'm gonna tell you, don't even worry about what's going on in my crib.
Exactly.
I'm not even want to scheme the things right. The things that we talking will not get done unless we sacrifice something.
Yeah.
That's just reality to it.
No, wait.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Allah says you gotta sacrifice what you love for long. If you
we're gonna have to sacrifice.
something.
But here's the thing: you have to learn what to sacrifice.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm gonna show you. Look, I'm gonna show
I'll
you.
give you an incident. I sacrificed cable and just got Hulu. Hulu was $40 a month.
All right, so now,
That's what he said. All right, that extra money
hold on. Now, listen. Everybody relax. Right?
Yeah, go ahead.
That extra money that you saved, what did you do with it?
Yeah, right.
Where'd you put
I
it?
got bills.
Here's my point.
I'm being serious.
Hold on.
I'm
I'm gonna give all of y'all a lesson that I learned.
Go
I'm
ahead.
telling you. It's called pay yourself first. You see what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
So if you're just gonna take that money and go pay a bill with it, you're hurting yourself. That's the whole. Let me tell you. Yo, I had an old man told me a long time. He sat in my chair. This years ago. This is when I was selling real estate.
Go ahead.
Right? He told me. He asked me, he said, how you doing in business? And I told him, I said, man, I'm doing well, but these bills kicking my ass, right? And he told me, he said, look, make them come to your funeral to collect. He said, make them wait in line at your funeral. Don't pay them. And I said, seriously? He said, listen, you'll never save no money if you're worried about paying bills. That's why I keep saying that everybody we talking to, I wouldn't have this barbershop if I just worried about my, man, that trash dumpster in the back, it got a lock on it right now, I gotta pay it. It's no big deal, but I got money in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? That's the point.
If you disseminate that message to the hood,
bro, I'm trying to tell you, listen, before I pay the cable, before I pay the electric, before I pay Comcast, whatever it is, I pay me. No, listen, what I mean is this, right? I take
What's
my
your
money,
percentage that you pay yourself?
I pay, every day, let's say it's 10%, I take 10% out. So if I get a check for $1,000, I'm taking out 100. Now I don't just go stick it under my mattress. I go invest it. I buy stock. I buy real estate. Like that's how you have to make your money grow.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Right. So the same way, if you got a $50 a month cell phone bill, you need to have whatever cell phone company you're with. Say you got T-Mobile, you need to buy $50 of T-Mobile stock every month. At the bare minimum. If you can afford to give them your money, you can afford to be a part of the company. Now here's the thing. Now let's say if you want to go on vacation or something, right? That $50 that you've been throwing in them every month. Like me, I go to Starbucks every day. I own Starbucks stock though. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody says, oh, you're wasting your money, I own a stock. Now later when I want to go on vacation, I can go pull $500-600 out of there if I need it. Or $1,000, $5,000. Yo, my man, right? My man out there who taught me all this, right? He showed me, he bought Domino's Pizza stock last year at $140. That joint up to $260 now. $260. Now he sold 5 shares. He said, I'm going on vacation. He sold 5 shares.
CJ's man out there, where you at? We need you to show us.
Yeah. But here's what he taught me. He taught me this, I'm telling y'all. That's how it works. So my thing is, look, you want to know why other cultures are ahead of us is because they teach their children at a young age how to save your money, how to invest it, how to spend it, and then they actually put up for their children, so that way when their children hit 18, 21, they have money. All right, I got your college fund. We got to stop saying, yo, we can't do that.
My next question is, right?
Yeah,
how do you, or when you invest, how do you make money? How long do it take? Like, give me the ins and outs of that.
You go as long as the company. Look, let me see.
I need to know the details. Like, if I put $100 in, what do I gotta wait to see
That
some
was
type
my
of income?
point. Stop thinking about you.
I got it.
Your grandkids.
But this is the thing that what we need to do is that we have to learn how to do that as a collective. Because we do that
a collective.
Huh?
I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
If I'm doing it, he's doing it, he's doing it, he's doing it, he's doing it. That's the collective.
But individually, we all benefit from it. But I'm talking about when we can put something together and it'll benefit.
You're right, but here's my thing, right? Let me answer this, right? If you wanted to go, say you wanted to put together a basketball team, right? You gonna come get me?
If you can play ball, yeah, but I don't think you
Exactly. Now, if I can't play ball, now if you want to go open a barbershop, would you come get me?
Oh yeah, you first one.
Exactly. So here's my point. Here's my point. I don't know nothing about basketball, other than I like to watch it. If you want to own a basketball stadium, you're going to get people who are familiar with that particular industry, right? If we want to collectively do something, I'm only going to get the basketball niggas. I'm not going to get me or him. I'm going to get people that's specific to that. And we got to stop thinking, oh, we're going to all collectively come together and buy all these houses. We're going to fix it. Man, I don't know how to swing no hammer. Don't come get me to fix the house. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like, I get the basketball niggas, right?
Mm-hmm.
They get the money. They bring in the revenue. Now, how do I take that and make that benefit the customer? Because the people we try to help are the fans is buying the tickets.
Here's my point.
You know what I'm saying?
Right? We gotta accept the fact that some of us gonna be poor. Not everybody, but it's the reality. It sounds funny, you laugh.
No, I mean,
but the reality, if all of us,
but in this system, in order for people
that's
to
how
be
we
rich,
go.
you gotta be poor.
That's
Here's
the
the
reality.
thing.
Most people can't.
Here's the thing though. How do you help the poor? So if all of us is in here getting money, I got a business, he got a business, you got one. We're all, if we all go and we all start different businesses and we create opportunities for other people to go work at those businesses. Some people are just not entrepreneurs. I understand.
That's a reality.
Yeah, that's a reality. So some people, they're not going to get that, but they will. There will be a good worker for you.
Yeah.
And
some people
so,
just want a paycheck. Well, do they work?
exactly. So here's the thing. I would much rather we be the ones to create those opportunities. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, we always talking about the grand scheme before we take care of home first. That's the problem. Look, how many times you get on a member and you say, yo, we need this, that, and the third, and then you go to the Sedekah box, ain't in there. We can't rely on it. Yeah. Like we honestly, we can't rely. I've been telling I mean that for years. Like, yo, we can't rely on it. We got to create businesses for the Masjid to do.
Yeah.
And it don't have to be, it can't keep being damn dinner sales and bake-offs. Like, that's not business. And you can make that business, but every Friday we doing this, that's not gonna cover no bills. That's not gonna pay the mortgage off. That's not.
Like even when he said like that, even with selling the players and then he evolved into a catering business.
Yeah.
Within the Masjid, at least the Masjid will have some money, some source of income bringing it into the Masjid. And it hasn't even evolved to that.
And what this is my thing. This is what we talked about when he was here. I don't think personally that the idea has to originate in the Masjid. We got to get away from that thinking, because it can't be one supreme leader over everything. We've been trying to get back to that ever since the Nation of Islam, and it ain't working. That's not my. So my thing is the reason why. Let's say, and everybody, I got mad inboxes.
So what's your thing? No leader.
No, I'm not saying no leader. I'm saying a lot of leaders.
That's not gonna work.
Bro, watch.
It's not gonna work.
Watch, I'll show you.
No, he's saying not like.
Look,
Islam can't survive if you don't have a central leader.
No, we're not talking about Islam. We're talking about the community.
Yeah,
so
the community is Islam.
No, yes it is.
Everything we talk about has to stem from the roots of Islam. It can't be outside of that box.
This is what I'm saying. If there's a leader in the barber industry and it's me, then you come get me. You know what I mean? When we talking about, that's why our second.
Are you still talking about just businesses?
No, I'm just talking about community, period, right? Like, when we did our second episode, we did it with Brother Farouk, right? Some people like him, a lot of people don't like him. However, he's a master at what he does.
Yeah.
Right, Craig Calloway. So he's in the voting, politics, that's his thing. My thing is, yo, if you're the imam or you're the pastor or whatever part of society you are, and that ain't really your thing, defer to him and let him take care of that area. You know what I'm saying? If it comes down to business, and say for Hawk is a business guy, let him run that side. You know what I mean? Now, ultimately, we got to stop thinking in that reverend thing. Like now, if you're the reverend or you're the imam and you know business and you know how to lead people and you're the spiritual guy, that's great, because you might not be able to do all those things. Yeah, and then what happens, we get stuck behind, or not stuck behind, we'll get stuck waiting for one person that knows how to do everything. That guy ain't coming. That's a reality. I don't
agree with that.
I mean, he might come.
No, I don't agree that we should wait for that one person. I believe what you're saying. But I'm talking from an Islamic perspective, our community. Anything outside of that, I don't.
I'm
We
just
got
trying to
plenty of
figure out
land.
all this time. How
This
come?
is reality.
I'm asking. This is a question for you. How come we don't have a Beitul Mal? Like,
Oh, yeah.
why?
That's why.
Because that's going
They ain't got no money.
Because when we look at Christians, they got 10% tithes that
That's what I'm
they
about
pay.
to tell you. I was about to
You
say.
know?
It's an old saying.
It's
It's
so
an
many
old
people that didn't even
saying.
know how to set that up.
Y'all ever hear that old saying? Christians pay and Muslims pray. You know what that means?
Yeah, no, no,
And
no.
a lot, like myself, I'm a convert. So that's all I knew in the church. But it seems like when
Oh.
people become Muslim, they
I mean, the thing about it, honestly though, every Muslim community isn't like struggling. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, like
yeah.
if you want to be like insincere, we can definitely collect money off people. Like if it ain't like you just feel like it's okay to just lie to them about you want to pay your way to get into the garden of heaven, all that kind of stuff. Like you just preach whatever you gotta say to get them to
Yeah,
give
you
up the
can
money.
spit by to get the
You can
dough,
do that.
I mean,
You
but
can do that.
Nah,
Like,
I think, not in the Christian church, you more conditioned to do that. Like they know.
Yeah,
There's
10%
guilt. There's guilt. Like my grandmom. I remember my grandma would be giving them money before she'd be buying her shoes and stuff like that. I just don't know that that's necessarily what we want to really establish.
No, I wasn't saying that when I said.
But I mean, what I'm saying, that's the nature of how that thing works. Like with Creflo Dollar, for example. This dude, when he set his joint up, he wanted to know when you
that's who
become
I
a
need
member
to
of the
talk
church.
to. Get him on the job,
He wants
man.
to see your paycheck,
See that.
so he can decide
When we get that dough.
how much you got to give every week out of your check and stuff like that.
You might
Like with
have
us,
to do
it's
that,
going to
man.
be
You
tough
might have to do that.
because we have questions. Is that halal to do? Is it haram? You know what I mean? Like we're gonna have some type of concern about it.
Because there's something like when you get when you fill out your W-2s, right? And they ask you a question like you fill out your taxes, all your dependents. Is there any other amount that you would like withdrawn from your check? Why can't we get that with people who's working?
That's why
2.5%
Who's it
goes
gonna go to?
the Masjid, the
To the
community.
Masjid. Hold on.
2.5% of your whatever your earning is,
And then what they gonna do with it?
they're gonna invest in the community, so they
They're
don't
gonna
have
pay
to.
the light bill.
Huh?
They're gonna pay the light bill.
They're gonna pay the light bill. I mean, but if you got everybody giving, no, what I'm saying is, if you got a community and everybody's giving money, not just a few people that you got to depend on, now you're gonna see an increase in revenue. So then you should see an increase in an investment.
But
Because
that's the thing.
I can tell you just from being an imam, if we got the money, we're gonna take care of everything we need to take care of.
Yeah.
But then if we don't got the money, now we gotta pinch and borrow to pay the light bill. But if I got the excess, we're gonna pay the light bill, we're gonna get this fixed, we're gonna do this.
Yeah, but
I mean?
you see, like you won't find. Well, the ones I know of, you won't find a masjid that and you're asking like, yo, what did you do with the money? He said, well, I took a portion of it and I invested in this and this and this so we can generate money. But they don't. Most of the masjids take the surplus that they got and pay for things that they
Pay for
can
more
pay
bills.
back in.
Faheem, I have a question for you. Right. What if you went to every member of your masjid and said that everybody that comes to this masjid, you are here bound to give something every month,
They gonna hold up.
or you can't go?
They gonna leave.
Now, what would
I
happen
know
if you
that
did that?
personally.
They're gonna leave.
I know that personally, bro.
So if you ask people to give money to the masjid for their own cause, they'll leave before they give to a
Well,
lawless
some of them will give, some you gotta put pressure on, some of them will leave, some of them will give you inshallah.
I'm saying I'm putting pressure on.
You can do it.
But that takes a lot of energy,
You can do it.
Because you need somebody because now, if you do that, now you gotta put pressure on them to follow up, or you need somebody to put the same kind of energy that you would. And then when it come down to it, people got jobs, they got stuff to do.
But you're not asking for. Let's say you ask for $50 a month from each member,
Yeah.
right? You
do
think that shit much?
Listen, you can do it, but what I'm saying
asking
is
for 25.
it has to be followed. That type of stuff.
I can't get it.
The only way I've seen that work is if it's followed by, this is the masjid that you will come to. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us what we're doing. We are the true people of the haqq and these other masjids. If you go to this other masjid, you will be upon dalala, you will be led astray. You will be upon falsehood if you go to these other places. You must come here. You must give this money to us. We are connected with the scholars. The scholars have given us the ijazah to teach you. Now, this is the place if you come here if you want to go to Jannah. If you fear Allah on the last day, then you must come here. You must give this money. Sure, people will give it. But the question is, okay, what type of conscience are you doing the right thing? That's the reason why.
Yeah, you're doing the right thing. If you getting money from them and it's gonna help.
No, because what he's saying is they're going to want to leave. So
Exactly.
you got
But I'm with you. See, that's what. All right, at the end of the day,
a
right,
message that's gonna keep.
in my opinion, like I'm not an E-man, but in my
Why should they go to
opinion,
you specifically?
those who are insincere about to this cause, go ahead and leave. Because the 10 that's here, we gonna work.
Yeah,
and we
that's
gonna
what you
build.
gonna have.
Everybody else, y'all
guarantee
keep
you
about
them 10
it.
ain't got no money.
Well, if they ain't got no money, they gonna have to earn that. We gonna get to some nation. You need to go out there and earn some living right now. I don't care how you get it.
So-
as long as it's halal,
Now-
bring it back.
Now that's another issue, because now we in Camden, which is a microcosm of Philly, you're talking about, I wouldn't say 80%, but a good 40, 50%. If people,
Talking
if they,
about money
I mean,
all the time.
first of all, the unemployment rate is great, and then the people who ain't, they ain't working, they probably hustling. What do you do?
Yeah.
Oh, they definitely hustle.
Yeah, what do you do? Because sometimes, man, I've been in
Listen,
positions I had to kind of
me-
like, I didn't see him put that money in there.
I
I saw him put the money in there. But what do you